Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle at the 15, to the 20, break free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh!
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal achieved. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. He bounces slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us from our YouTube page, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I wanted to do? Let me tell you what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it nice and easy for you folks to give you all one handle. But thanks to some hackers who jacked a couple of my accounts, it's not all one handle. So on Facebook, it was Shawn.Sierra2025. On X, Twitter, I am Shawn Sierra 30 at Shawn Sierra 33. But Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, that is still at, all three are at the Shawn Sierra. I got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching this on, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check the chat because we are jumping already. Cornelius Squalls in the house goes top of the morning. Shawn Sports Donors, FGB. Wood, FGB. Wood, FGB. Black Diamonds in the house. Top of the morning, gang. FGB. Hey, Shawn, I don't see this happening. But if Paul wanted to bring in an edge, who would you prefer, Bosa or Jordan? Okay, we'll talk about that. I'll start that question. We'll bring it back up a little later. Thank you for that question, sir. Mr. Southside himself, Michelle Walls in the house. What up on a hump day? What? Man, TGI Mickey Ficky Friday, Papa. You got your days confused. You know what's too many burpees you're doing, Michelle. FGB as usual, that works. Levette Lee's in the house. Good morning, Ma. She goes TGIF, y'all. Good morning, Ma. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't know a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. That I can promise you. Listen, we got a great show at 10 o'clock. My man Emilio Bucks is coming on. We're going to talk baseball. Both sides of town, south side, north side. You saw the thumbnail. Here's a thumbnail for today. I don't know why they're acting crazy. Winning at both sides. It's so much fun in Chicago when both teams are decent. And the White Sox are decent, even though they're a few games under 500, because they were some people had them as still losing 100 games this year. I didn't. I did not. And the fact that they just finished 13-13 for the month of April is awesome. Awesome. Brandon Schutz in the house. Good morning, Papa. How are you, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Rashawn says, I meant TGIF. Sorry about that. Just busting your balls, baby. But I did not think the White Sox were going to be near 100 wins this year, or 100 losses this year. Why? Because the White Sox were playing really good, inspired baseball last year, at the end, the second half of the season last year. And the way they were playing was important. The way they were playing. Okay? They were playing fundamentally sound baseball. Now, the talent might not have been there. You can get beat by more talented teams, which they did. And they lost to some teams that weren't as talented, but who were fundamentally sound. But the White Sox were doing a lot of the things properly last year. And I liked it. And I said, this year, they're not going to flirt with 100 losses. They're going to flirt with 500. Maybe, depends if they get hot, maybe get it close to 90 wins, which would be insane. Brandon, what's up, Bob? I said, did you hear I said it about it's Friday? We need it. Man, we damn sure need it. I'm telling you, you don't even know, bro. You don't even know. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, I said, I'm watching this team, and I'm saying these guys are fighting. They're coming back late. They play all 27 outs. They don't believe they're out. Their game is over until the game is over. And that's exciting. That's worth me spending my hard-earned money to go see. When I got a team that battles, is resilient, plays really fundamentally sound baseball, is getting a lot of key hits now, key hits with runners in scoring position, surprise in the bullpen, I mean in starting rotation. There's a lot to look forward to. Again, I'm not putting the White Sox in the World Series. I'm not crowning them World Series champs. You're gonna crown their ass. I'm not crowning them World Series champs. All I'm saying is when you have a situation, a team that has 3 straight 100-loss seasons, and you see the improvement where they're going to be nowhere near 100 losses, is exciting. That means the arrow is pointing up. And that's exciting for us Sox fans. That's exciting. Listen, Black Diamond, I told you about smoking that stuff in the morning, bro. At least wait till noon. He says winning on both sides. Yes, but it's always better up north. Told you. You hanging out with Rick? Is that what you're doing, Black Diamond? You hanging out with Rick this morning? Is that what it is? You and Rick are hanging out, rolling up a couple fatties. What are you doing? What's with the nonsense? Brandon Schutz, what am I doing tomorrow? You consider for the Derby? Oh, I don't know. Smoke Fellas are having an event. I might go to that. I just got some stuff around the house. I got to kind of stay close. But tomorrow night, I'm going to see Cat Williams. He's at the United Center tomorrow. My buddy from Michigan. So I may have told you that's his favorite comedian. I got my own batch. Thank you, sir. Oh, you guys, you're crazy. You're out of control, man. Out of control. So Cat Williams is my guy. His favorite comedian. So whenever he's in, like if he's in, Grand Rapids, hey, you want to come out? We'll go see him. And the wife will watch the kids because he's a stay-at-home dad. He's on disability. So he stays at home and he takes care of the kids, which is a tough job. And so whenever Cat's in Chicago, he always comes down. So he'll buy the tickets out and, I usually get a hotel room because we'll be drinking and stuff and I don't feel like dealing with all that mess. The worst case scenario will be getting a DUI. The best case scenario would be getting away with it, but the worst case scenario is getting a DUI. And actually, that is not even the worst, is killing someone or myself driving. So I don't even play around like that. So it's going to be dope. I'm excited about it. He's coming into town. Like I said, the wife's watching the kids. I go up there every in the summer, often to hang with him and the family, the kids. They're getting so big now. But that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. The Cat Williams concert, stand-up concert tomorrow at the United Center. I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun. I like Cat Williams, especially after he was on the Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, and he spilled all the beans and said those people are going to pay, and people are doing some rotten shit in Hollywood, and bam, all the craziness that we see. I love him because he had it takes courage, all right, to come out and talk about very powerful people because they can not only end your career, they can end your life. So, yeah. Black Diamond says, all jokes aside, that DUI nothing to play with. My cousin found out the hard way. Man, my girlfriend, this is years ago. Talking 2010. She got a DUI. Her parents had just moved out to the burbs out in Streamwood, and she had to take the 290 to the Elgin O'Hare Expressway, the new extension of 309, the 390, and she was heading out to her parents' house, and she had a few. They pulled her over, and man, it was 10 grand for the lawyer, court fees. She had to put the bait in her car. And so every time, in order to start the car, you got to blow in the thing. First of all, you have to pay for it to be installed in your car. Then before you start, you have to blow in this thing, and obviously it monitors your alcohol content, and it'll let you start at that point the car. And then every so often while you're driving, it'll just go off randomly. And I think you had 5 minutes. No, might have been less, like 3 minutes to blow in it. Otherwise, the car would stop. And so you'd be driving, all of a sudden, beep, 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 the thing goes off. You'd have to put the thing on, dude. So now it's even crazier. So what we would do is we would take turns going out. One day I'd get messed up. Next time she'd get messed up. If she got messed up, I would blow in the thing and drive, okay, and vice versa. Well, now, apparently, they have a video, upgraded Bade breath alcohol analyzer device, or something wrong. I don't know what the Bade stands for, but now it's video. So they video. So now you can't have somebody else blow in your machine for you. It has to be you. And that's crazy. That's insane. Plus the classes you got to go to, plus the court fees and all this other stuff. Man, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you. Man. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about baseball today. I'm fired up about it. We got a lot of good stuff talking about the Bears. I'm fired up about it. I'm fired up to talk sports with you guys, man. I love talking sports with you guys. I love the support that you give me. We just have a good man. Met some really cool people. Met Black Diamond. Obviously, I know Junior. Junior's a friend of mine. Junior, Patty, Mondo, Monica. I met Levette. Met Cornelius. So I haven't met Mr. Southside himself. Haven't met Brandon Schutz. Hopefully at one particular point I will be able to meet you because that would be pretty cool. Don't forget, if you plan to go to the double nickel all linen celebration for the SuperBack Saturday, July 25th, 2026, 4:30 to 7:30, the boat boards. We start boarding at 4. It's a Summer of George boat, 900 South Wells. Man, here's what we decided to do for you. All right. We changed it. We didn't. You can still order them on Ticketbrite. I'd rather you not because of the fees and the taxes. It adds 20% to the cost of the tickets. Come on. So you can pay by Zelle, you can pay by PayPal, or you can use Venmo. Okay, either of those three. All of us have one of them. All right, most people have Zelle now. Some people still use PayPal. Some use Venmo. All right, for Zelle tag, you just got to create a contact. That's all. Just create a contact, and instead of the phone number that most people use, it'll say Zelle tag. Okay, it'll say Zelle tag. And just in the spot that says Zelle tag, put Sports Zone Chicago. You just got to create add a recipient. So usually you go through your phone. Most people have Zelle through their phone, so you got to add a recipient. Put my name, put Sports Zone Chicago in there, and then under you add the recipient, it'll say first name, last name. It'll say U.S. mobile number, email address, or Zelle tag. Okay. It'll say Zelle tag. So make sure you do that. Get your tickets. I'm telling you, it is going to be off the chain. I can't emphasize strong enough how fun this is going to be. It is going to be dope. It is going to be dope. I'm telling you. I am telling you, people. All the peoples. I'm trying to do something real quick here. Okay. I'll put it up on the screen because some people had a problem. They're like, well, I don't know how to do it. And okay. So, So what I did was 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. So get your tickets. It is going to be a blast. Can't tell you enough. I can't tell you enough. I'm scared to ask, Brandon. What question do you want to ask? What question do you want to ask, Brandon? Do I dare ask? Yeah, I need to. Anyway, let me show you what it'll look like. So here's. So here's what it's going to look like. If you have to set it up, all right, it'll say add recipient. All right, it's a name, phone, email, or Zelle tag. And this is usually because it'll go through your phone, your contacts. You create, all right? So what you do when you create a contact, just put under here, it says first name, business name, just put Sports Zone Chicago. Okay, and at the bottom it says U.S. mobile number, email address, or Zelle tag. Just put Sports Zone Chicago. The Zelle tag, it'll come up, and you'll be able to look. It'll say Damka Enterprises. That's the name of my company that owns Sports Zone Chicago. Damka, D-A-M-C-A. Okay. Cool. Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we're going to hit those top of the morning topics. Then we're going to talk a little Bears. Okay? Talk a little Bears until the top of the hour. We're going to welcome my man, Emilio Bucks. We're going to talk baseball. It's getting good on both the north and the south side. And, man, summertime shy is right around not even right around the corner. It's straight away. I can see it. I see you, baby. Is that you funky little girl? Funky little woman, I see you. Summertime shy, I see you. All right, keep it locked right here. ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Brymere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
To Montgomery. Drives this one to right field. Adele looks up. Get out! Colson Montgomery touches Soriano, the ERA leader in Major League Baseball. And the Sox take a 1-0 lead here in the second. 0-2 here to Drew Romo. Romo gets a good piece of this one into right field. It is gone! His first hit since 2024 is a home run. Well, here's the man who gave the Sox the lead back in the 4th inning. Drew Romo gets a good piece of this one. Left center, Trout at the wall. No way! Drew Romo sets off the fireworks again. His second home run tonight. And his first 2 hits of the season.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Chicago Sports Network. Those were the good guys. That was actually Tuesday's game. See, but we didn't upload the highlights from yesterday's games. I don't know why he didn't do that. My man, Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. is checking in the house. He's in the house, baby. Awesome. Good to see you, Junior. Thanks for checking in, baby. Appreciate you. Let's get a crack-a-lacking, guys. You know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
See, which way do we go? Which way do we go? Stop playing. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Good guys, baby. My good guys. That's where we're starting on the south side. The White Sox beat the Angels 3-2 in 10 innings on Wednesday night to sweep the series. Eric Fetty, what a performance by this young man. He got a no decision, 7 innings. 5 hits, 2 earned runs. That's a quality start. No walks, 6 punch-outs. Miguel Vargas 1 for 4 with an RBI. His 15th of the year. Colson Montgomery 1 for 5, driving in his 21st RBI. And Sam Antonacci 1 for 3. He had that triple to bust it wide open. No, that actually tied the game. We won it later. But the second series sweep for the White Sox this year. And let's hope there's a lot more. Again, I don't care if we sweep series. Unless we take the first 2 games of the series, then I want to sweep. Then we have to learn how. And I was very happy. And this is what I'm talking about. Okay? Let me take this down. Put the score bug up. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? When you take the first 2 games of a series, okay, there is pressure on the other team who does not want to get swept. There's pressure on you for losing the game because you had the chance to sweep. There also comes some complacency because we won the first 2 games. We won the series already. Let's take the foot off the gas pedal. Good teams don't do that. Good teams smell blood in the water, and they go crazy. Good teams smell blood in the water, and they attack. And the White Sox came back in the 9th. Triple Sam Antonacci ropes it down the right field line into the corner. Ties the game. Ends up at third. That's how good teams close out series when they've won the first 2. Okay? You don't give up. Angels were adamant about getting you always want to get one at least. You never want to get swept. You always want to get at least one win in a series. They thought they had it. Mike Trout going long. Whew. Great baseball by this team of youngsters. I could not. Man, Rick was there on Tuesday, eating up like a fool. $5 menu. And you know what, Rick? First of all, I gotta say, what's up, Rick? Rick Gonzalez checking in. He checked in earlier. He's like, hola, amigo. FGB. He has the brooms. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. But I think one of the games that I go to is going to be a Tuesday night for $5 Tuesday. The $5 menu. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. I think Emilio and I met last year on a Tuesday. Because $5 Tuesday. $5 Tuesday, I think parking's $10. They do it right. That was last year. I don't know if they're going to mess with the parking. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll be a Tuesday most likely, so we can max on some pizza, nachos. See, I don't drink beer anymore because I don't want it to aggravate my gout. So I can't take advantage of that. Although I will bring my flask in. I will bring my plastic flask in. Rick says you have to do it. So worth it, bro. FGB. No, I know, bro. I know. Me and Emilio. Oh, I don't think it was last year, 25. It was 24. Me, Emilio, and Ken Davis met up for a game. It was a Tuesday. Man, we all partook in that $5 menu, boy. We all had our own stuff. We went to you good? No, I'm good. I'm going to get something. You want to eat? No, I'm good. I'm good. We all went up at different times, got some food, came back, 3 items. I will stay with the White Sox. The White Sox are on the road again. They're heading to San Diego tonight for a weekend set with the Padres. First pitch is at 8:40 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on CHSN or listen to it on our flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 AM. The probables for tonight's game for the White Sox. Local legend Noah Schultz, who's 1-1 with a 3.52 ERA, going up against German Marquez for the Padres. He's 3-1 with a 4.38 ERA. Well, keeping it moving, the next top of the morning topic, Cubs. Cub fans, excuse me. Sorry. What was I thinking? The Cubs, they beat the Padres 5-4 to take the series. 2-1. This was on Wednesday as well. Jameson Taillon, nice outing, sir. 2-1. He's 2-1 on the season. He went 7 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs. Still a quality start. 1 walk, 6 punch outs. PCA 1 for 4 with a homer. His 3rd of the season. Is he starting to warm up? Is PCA starting to warm up? We're going to ask our guy, Emilio Bucks, on the other side at the top of the hour. PCA 1 for 4 with a homer. His 3rd, driving in his 11th, 12th, and 13th homers. 11, 12, and 13th RBIs of the season. Miguel Amaya, 1 for 3 with an RBI. His 6th. Matt Shaw was 3 for 4. Have a day, young man. He had a double. His 6th, a homer. His 3rd, a ribby. His 10th of the season. Have a day, young man. Have a day. It's a nice day at the office, baby. Staying with the Cubs. The next top of the morning topic. The Cubs return to Wrigley Field today. Tonight, baby. Today, I'm sorry, not tonight. Today. Host the Arizona Diamondbacks for the weekend. First pitch is at 1:20 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 104.3 FM or 670 AM, The Score. The probables for today's game for Arizona, Zach Gallen, who's 1-1 with a 3.14 ERA, going up against Colin Ray, who's on a bump for the Northsiders, who's 3-1 with a 4.61 ERA. It's going to be a little cold this weekend. All right. And you're going to be by the lake if you're up north. All right. Be sure to dress appropriately. Okay. Let's see what we got here in the comments right here. Rick says, man, if we can get 2 or 3 for the Padres, that'd be nice. FGB. I agree. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Brandon, the Cubs are playing. The Cubs are playing today. And we're not going to talk about the Astros. No. See in the upper right-hand corner? See right here? It's Sports Zone Chicago, not Sports Zone Houston. So no. No. And the last top of the morning topic for today, the 152nd edition of the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. Post times at 5:57 p.m. Central Time. So there's going to be a whole bunch of parties going on. I'll tell you, the Smoke Fellas have a get-together. I don't know if I'll be able to make that one. Okay, what's it called? Something in fedoras? Oh goodness, I can't believe it. I can't believe that I can't remember what the name. Let me see. Ben's got it. fedoras and something. Fedoras and derby hats. That's what it is. I thought I deleted this. I'll put a picture up for you. So if you may be interested in going, that'd be dope. Hang out with the smoke fellas. There you go, Brandon. Hang out with the smoke fellas, man. Hang out with the smoke fellas. They would love to hang out with you. But it's dressed to impress. It is dressed to impress tomorrow. I said, I hope I can make it. I don't know if I'll be able to. Here it is. Here's the flyer. Fedora and Derby Hats, the 4th annual Fedora and Derby Hats Affair. Nolo's Cigar Lounge, 9932 South Torrance, Chicago, Illinois. It's from 3 to 8. $10 cork fee, $10 to get in. Cigar vibes, grown in stylish atmosphere. They have prizes for the best fedora, the best derby hat for the ladies. Okay, let me get this flyer off the bottom so you can dress to impress. Bring your best hat game. See my guys looking funky, fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party. Got your hats, got your linen jackets, got your seersucker suits. Smoke. I'm gonna try and make that one tomorrow before the Cat Williams concert. If I can do both, that'd be dope. That'd be great. But we'll see. I can't make any promises. Let's see. My man, King Booker World, check it in. What's going on, Papa? How are you? Man, here for some laughs right now. Here for some laughs that are needed. Real life is jacked up right now. Hey, bro. I hear you, man. Hey, you know you can reach out to me if need be, bro. Okay? Just reach out if you want to talk, whatever. I'm here. I just told you, Brandon. Post time for the Derby is 5:57 Central. So it'll probably start at 5 o'clock. 5:57 is when the race starts. So you'd imagine they'll probably have an hour beforehand. There we go. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. The Derby's fun. All Derby week is fun. So I met a lady friend when I was working, and I was head of security at the Under Armour store back in 16, 17, something like that, from Louisville. And she's like, you got to come down to the Kentucky Derby. She said it's a week-long event. There's parties every night, and they literally have contests for which women have the best hats at every single party. Every party you go to, they're going to have like a best hat contest. And she said it is not uncommon to see women at the airport waiting for their bags, and you see 5 big hat boxes. 5 big hat boxes. Because they got a different hat for every party that they are attending during Derby week. That would be dope to go down to the Ville for a Kentucky Derby. That would be dope. I think I'm going to do that. That's on my bucket list. Meet up with a friend, my old friend, while I'm down there. That's going to be dope. That will be dope. But since we're not going down there, if you can, head out to the event with the Smoke Fellas. They're going to do a show. It's going to be an hour tomorrow. Then they're going to kick it. They're going to kick it. So hopefully I can make it down there. I don't know if I will be able to, because I got the Cat Williams show and stuff like that. So we'll see. We will see. So Black Diamond posed a question. I started, saved it. It's top of the morning, gang. Shawn, I don't see this happening, but if Poles wanted to bring in an edge, who would you prefer, Bosa or Jordan? So to stick with your question, maybe Bosa. Bosa. I don't know. He just seems to be I don't know. I just see him as more of a threat, more of a problem, I could be wrong. However, because the question was, who would I prefer? I say I probably prefer Bosa, but Dennis Allen, having coached Jordan, will probably go with Jordan. Understandably so. But answering your question, I don't know, Bosa his motor just doesn't stop. His motor doesn't stop. And to me, that's appealing. His biggest issue, my man just can't stay healthy. That's his issue. In the NFL, that's a big issue. But I mean, we're not here to sign him to a 7-year, $300 trillion deal. No. We're here to sign him for a 1-year deal, maybe one in an option. Okay? And that's it. Nothing too crazy. You're past your prime, but you still have some juice left. You still got some gas in the tank, so to speak. So they're not going to command a lot of money. They could provide. Again, I just think I personally would take Bosa. The reason is Jordan seems like an all-around good defensive end. I think he's solid in every aspect. Bosa goes and gets the quarterback. Bosa just goes and gets the quarterback. And to me, that's what I want. So for me, it was just, like I said, I just think that no, I hear you, Cornelius. I hear you. But if he stays healthy, If Bosa stays healthy, and that's an if, that's a big if. He's a menace. He's a true menace to society. Oh, dog. If he can't stay healthy, that's a big problem. You know, I'm a little Cornelius, I'm following your suit. I am every day that goes by, I'm a lot more comfortable with this draft. Not over the moon about this draft, but I'm more comfortable with it. Joey Bosa, aka Bodog. And when the smoke fellas themselves, Mr. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh man, lucky lefty. The Monty Pugh is in the house. What's up, Papa? How are you? I am more and more comfortable with this draft as the days go on because we broke it down. We broke it down last show to say, okay, who would you take? Like Dylan Thieneman. Okay, I can see that. That's a position of need. He's a day one starter. Hands down, he's a day one starter. You're going to bring some people in for competition, but let's keep it a buck. He's a starting safety. So now you have your 2 starting safeties. Second round. A whole slew. We just went through it last show. A whole slew of defensive ends went. No, the draft. Come on, you mother hubbards. Dude, they took, okay, here we go. Concluded, but this is why I want the tracker. We just went through the whole situation where who would you have taken? Here we go in the second round. The second round, we grabbed Logan Jones. But who will we take? Remember, right before, we're 58. Okay? We're 58. TJ Parker could have been on our board. He went 35. Kelvin McDonald, he could have been on our board. He went 36. Mason Thomas, edge from Oklahoma. I don't know if he was really on our board. Cassius Howell, if he was on our board, he went 41. Christian Miller, defensive tackle, if he was on our board from Georgia, he went 42. Derek Moore, if he was on our board, edge from Michigan, he went 44. Zion Young, edge from Missouri, who a lot of people had us linked to, he went 45. Lee Hunter, defensive tackle, Texas Tech, if he was on our board, he went 49. Gabe Yakis, edge from Illinois, he went 55. So if we had any of those guys on our list at the top of our board at that spot, where do you go? Since we couldn't add the people we wanted, you go and get the best center in the draft. He's the Remington Award winner. That means the best center in college football. And you do something for Caleb. You get him a center for the future. You get him a center for the future. Mr. 5 o'clock somewhere says, I'm good. This regime will never have a sexy draft. They will take the best player available, fill holes in free agency, and draft talent. And I think that's key, what you said right there. Draft talent. Because look what you draft these guys, you develop them, develop the talent, and then you fill the holes in, like you said, in free agency. I'm more and more okay with this draft as the day goes on. Cornelia says, however, if Jordan Vandenberg stays healthy, the Bears will have the best defensive player in the draft. You think so? The vanilla gorilla, huh? I watched a little bit of his tape. He is a monster, a little undersized, a monster. He has a motor that just doesn't stop, and he plays with a nasty freaking attitude. All things I love, especially for my D lineman. And him, remember how much we talked about coaching matters? Well, Grady Jarrett is going to be in that defensive line room. And Grady Jarrett, if you recall, was undersized, Pro Bowler, had a motor that did not stop. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal guy to get mentored by Grady Jarrett. And we're going to get a healthy Grady Jarrett this year. Not one who's a big knee brace and coming off surgery. And no. We get a healthy Grady Jarrett. Well, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to bring in my mans and them. My mans and them. My man Emilio Bucks. We're going to talk baseball north and south side of town. I'll ask him a little football as well. He knows his shit. Because he does mostly baseball and basketball. Don't mean he don't know football. Talk a little, maybe ask him a few football questions. We're going to talk baseball, though, north side, south side. So keep it locked right here. Emilio Bucks up next on ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy. This is my sister.
Here's my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
They jump the ball, they go quick. Stafford's looking end zone. Throws it up top. It's knocked away by Stevenson, who's having a terrific game as well. Bring him in. But still 2 for 8. Now he's pressured. Escapes, looks to take off. Got away from the tackle. Williams got a downfield block. There goes Caleb to the 37-yard line. With the 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning here. See what they do. Inside run Williams. That's a big play. Back behind the line of scrimmage. End of game. No run down here. Swift opening. DeAndre Swift inside the 20 to the 19. It's a gain of 13 yards. Bears in the red zone. Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble. Put it up for grabs in the end zone. He got it for the touchdown. They've done it again. Unbelievable!
Wow, welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC. That just warmed my heart. That just warmed my heart. And we should have won that damn game too. Should have won it. But anyway, my guest today, I'm excited to have him. We're going to talk about a little baseball, South Side and North Side. He hosts the Plunked podcast, as well as the On the Go podcast, dealing with Chicago. For all of you who don't know, they call Chicago the Go. For all you non-urban people. Just the Go. Kind of word you up on the urban jargon in Chicago. You can find him on Twitter at ebuck76. Let's welcome my man's in now. Emilio Bucks. Emilio, what's up?
What's happening, my brother? No more Chi-Town. We're from the Go.
From the Go, baby. Hey, one of my guys, Rick, in the chat, Rick, was at the game Tuesday for $5 Tuesdays, the menu. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I think me, Emilio, and Ken met up. It wasn't 25, but I think it was 24. We met up, I believe it was a Tuesday because of $5 Tuesday, $5 menu Tuesdays.
Exactly. It was some good eating.
Man, who you telling? Right? We're going to have to do that again on a Tuesday. It's going up.
Definitely on a Tuesday. Definitely on a Tuesday.
Bring my roll of fins. Here you go, boss. Here you go. Here you go.
And they only get a couple of them now.
Oh, man. But listen. Look at my man Black Diamond says, Emilio, FGB.
Hey, FGB all day, baby. All day and night. Off season, it don't matter.
It don't stop.
It don't
Can't stop, won't stop.
It won't stop. FGB every day. Till the world blow up.
Oh,
the world, Craig.
You see why I love these guys in the chat? They're stupid, man. They keep me going every show. You guys get me fired up. Well, let's talk a little baseball, man. Baseball's fun on both sides of town.
On both sides of town, my brother.
Let's start with, because you also host the Plunk podcast, as I mentioned. And so with Kristen Petit as well. But let's start with the South Side, because the South Side rules. Cuck the Fubs. Black Diamond gonna get mad at me.
So will Kristen.
Yeah. But how excited are you? How surprised are you, if at all? All right, it's the second sweep of the season. They only had 2 series sweeps last year. And this team looks, well, tell me how you think they look. How excited were you when they swept the Los Angeles Angels of Santa Clara, Santa Anaheim?
Of Hollywood. Yeah, man. I'm excited about the team, about the progress that they've made. I won't say I'm surprised. This is what I would expect them to be doing at this point in the rebuild. You know, they're supposed to be winning some games now and winning some series against teams, you know, even though they might be against bad teams like Anaheim, LA Angels, but it's showing that the Sox aren't the worst team in the league. And I know that's not saying a whole lot, but that's saying something for this team based on where we've been the last few years.
It has been. And you know what? With the embarrassing record 2 years ago, our inability to get out of the 100 loss column last year, we were close. I think this year is going to be our year where we don't even flirt with 100 losses. Your thoughts?
If you might not remember, but I predicted that this team would not lose 100 this year. I also predicted that they would finish third in the AL Central this year. And it's only May 1st, but where are they? They're third in the Central. They're on pace to lose less than 100 games. So, you know, hopefully, you know, my prediction continues to come to fruition. I am again happy that they are out of the gutter, that they're out of the cellar. I'm not surprised. This is where they should be, Shawn. You know, on their rebuild, they are supposed to be getting better, and they are trending upward. Whether they'll be able to maintain, now, this is by all means, this is still going to be a lean year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I expected them to be doing what they're doing now. They just don't have as much talent as a lot of other teams, but they're playing just as smart as other teams. And that's what's winning them games. They're making the right throws, they're running the base paths aggressively and successfully. Um, Even though they are at the bottom in batting average in the league, they're still taking a lot of walks. This team does not strike out a lot, and I got to give hats off to Will Venable for bringing in this culture of this structured team. And you could just tell this team likes playing with each other, and they like playing for Will Venable.
Yeah, you can. Here's the one thing. I don't know if I agree with you about the talent. I think they have talent. I think it just hasn't developed yet. I think they're ready for it. And believe me, I'm not putting them up there next to the Yankees or anything like that. But I think they got some ballers. They're just growing, you know. Right. And that's the thing that I love about it is that Will Venable is getting the most out of these players. All right, he's not afraid to bunt. All right, lately we've been coming up with key hits with runners in scoring positions, aka the triple by Sam Antonacci. All right, in the ninth.
Yes.
In the ninth. All right.
In the ninth.
And your last bats,
we're coming back in games.
And one of the things that I said was, you know, because remember, Sir Anthony Dominguez and King Booker were wanting to call him Damn Anthony Dominguez. He's got. We lost some games we should have won.
Exactly.
But I also said we're gonna win some games that we should probably lose. And coming back in the ninth, I said now we're starting. It's a law of averages, especially in baseball. It's 162 games. Now we're starting. The thing that has me excited. Talk to me about the confidence that the White Sox are having coming back. All right, coming back because you had the first two games in the bag. All right, you won the first game, you won the second game in extras, and you're like, they could have been.
They could have settled,
cool. But they didn't. Talk to me what that is about this young team where they don't settle and rest on their laurels, winning the first two games of the series, but battling back to take the three.
You know, the advantage of having a bunch of young guys is, again, these young guys that are coming up were, the best in their class growing up. So these young players be used to winning until they get to maybe a losing team in the majors. So the fact that these players expect to win, they're like youthfully ignorant and they go out there and expect to win. They don't care who they go up against. They expect to win at any point in this game. Again, some youthful ignorance, and I got to give it to Will Venable again with the coaching, keeping them focused, keeping them feeling like, hey, 2 out of 3 isn't enough. We could sweep this team. We're at home. We could sweep this team. And they thought that they could win that third game throughout the entire game, even going in down at the ninth inning. How many teams, in the past few years, even the talented Sox teams we had in the past few years, that once we were down in the ninth, they sort of just threw in the towel, and you're not seeing that with this team. This team thinks they believe they can win at any point. They can go off for 3 or 4 runs at any point, even in the 8th or ninth inning. We've seen them do it in the past couple of weeks.
Guys, we're joined by Emilio Bucks. He's the co-host of the On the Go podcast. We're talking baseball, Chicago baseball here on ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. It's what good teams do. It's what, and everything, you follow your leader. And you mentioned Will Venable, all right? And there was a smart guy who once said coaching matters. And Will Venable has these guys believe it, that they can win. It doesn't matter if you're down 1 or 2 in the ninth. It doesn't matter. And the fact is, and you talked about the youthful ignorance, they're youthfully ignorant enough to believe it. Like, yeah, we can.
We can come back and win this game.
And then when you do, what that does, the confidence that builds in this young team, it manifests in future games because now they believe they're not out of any game. Exactly. And when you start winning early, especially when you lose early, Dominguez blew a couple of leads, blew a couple saves, and yeah, you want to be mad at the closer, but there are also a lot of other times in the game that they wasted opportunities.
Of course.
But
men in scoring position, all of that. Yeah.
But when you start winning these games, the confidence that it has that permeates through this team is second to none, and it shows on the field. Talk to me about this young pitching staff that we have and some of the young, bright arms that we have on this staff that are really showing out to start the season.
I'm going to get right to it and talk about Davis Martin.
Man.
He is a stud, and he has, I always say if the Sox do one thing right is they do well by developing young pitchers. Yeah. And they've had Davis Martin in their system. They drafted him. He's been in our system I believe they drafted him. He's been in our system since 21, I think. And he's been lights out. Even with Shane Smith going down and, needing to go back to the pitch factory, some other guys have really stepped up. We got guys like Kay who have really stepped up and made a difference. The bullpen has come in and thrown some impressive innings at times, and everybody's constantly looking for bullpen innings. There's so many guys that they're working with and bringing up. It's hard to keep track right now, I'm going to be honest. You know what I mean? Especially the relief pitchers. But I think that plays to their advantage because the other team isn't quite sure about who this guy is and what kind of stuff he's throwing right now. And then you got guys like Jordan Leisure who've been in the mix for a while that come in and throw quality innings. And hats off to this pitching staff for keeping us in games, giving us a chance to win on most days.
Most days is right. Defensively, they're playing very well also. And that's what you have to have when you have a team that hasn't, when the talent deficit is not in our favor, or the talent level is not in our favor because it just hasn't developed yet. or whatever. Maybe we're just a less talented team. We just play
a little bit of both. We'll split the difference. A little bit of both, I think. Yeah.
So you can't give teams like that extra outs. You can't miss cutoff man, the cutoff man, and allow a guy to advance 90 feet. And we're not doing that. And
We're throwing guys out who are attempting to steal. Not to cut you off, but those are things that we're doing right.
And that's what has me excited about this team. I'm not putting them in the World Series. I'm not even putting them in the playoffs. I'm putting them at around 500, and to go from 40 wins to 60 wins to 80 wins in consecutive seasons is saying a hell of a lot for Will Venable. Because Will Venable went to 60 his first year, and then to get to 80 his second year, an 18 to 20 game increase. Man, I love what this guy's doing. I love the way that he's demanding of these youngsters, and the youngsters are responding to his. They're picking up what he's putting down, and I love it.
And King Book of Worlds is, I hope I pronounced that right. It says he's saying it right. The young guys stepping up, making the most of every opportunity. It's that youthful exuberance, that youthful ignorance, that they're used to winning, and so they don't think about like, oh, I'm on a bad team. I'm supposed to play bad, and nobody expects us to win. Like, no, they go in there with an attitude like we're supposed to win this game. We got a shot at winning this game. And once they win a couple, well, we know, Shawn, winning is infectious. And once the smiles start coming on people's faces, that's infectious too. And when you start seeing people like Murakami, who's a great clubhouse guy from what I'm hearing.
Him yet. We haven't even talked about him yet.
I won't even go too far down that rabbit hole yet. But when you got guys stepping up and playing by example, and these young guys can follow lead, like this team is going to surprise some people this year.
They really are. And let's go down that hole and talk about the Mooney Man. He has been he's the
Mooney Man with the moon shots.
Yeah, he's atop the majors. He's tied. Aaron Judge hit a homer the other day, so he's tied for 12 with the Judge with 12. Talk to me about how much energy he's injected into this White Sox team, because no one knew about this guy. No one knew about this guy until when they announced him. Then he had to go do some research. Okay, this guy's a power hitter, a left-handed big stick. All right, but that's just Japan.
Mm-hmm.
He had 62 homers in 1 year. Yeah, but that's just Japan.
That's Japan.
Can he do it here?
I don't know how it's going to translate.
Yeah. This dude, this shit's translating, boys. Translating like a mother Hubbard. Mm-hmm. And I like it. I like it. Talk to me about the infusion of his personality, his power, and his in that locker room, in that clubhouse. How's that benefited this clubhouse?
You know what he brings? He brings the true grit, true culture of White Sox baseball. I'll throw a few names out there. Jose Abreu, Paul Canerico, Frank Thomas. These are the hard-hitting first basemen for the White Sox. When the White Sox have won, we always got that hard-hitting first baseman. I mean, it goes without saying your power comes from your corners. We get it, but we got some real sluggers that come out of our first base area. And, Andrew Vaughn was supposed to be that. He was supposed to be next.
He's doing that up in Milwaukee.
He's doing it in Milwaukee now. He was supposed to be that for us. So it's great to see Mune Murakami coming in and taking up where Abreu left off and becoming that hard-hitting, slugging first baseman that a winning White Sox team sorely needs. It's great. It's must-see TV. You can see the fans in the stands just start buzzing when he comes up to bat. Like when you got a guy that he's got a chance to hit one out of the park, a legitimate shot every time they hit one out of the park. I mean, it's great for the fans. It's great for the other guys on the team, for the organization. Hey man, they're gonna have to come up with a home run celebration sooner than later, I think. And Murakami is a big part of that.
And they are. And the thing about it is like the crazy part that I talked about last show, like you said, he's must-see TV. It's not just in Chicago, man.
No, yeah.
It's talking nationwide. about this dude? When was the last time that people stopped what they were doing to find out what a White Sox hitter had done that day? Probably do we have to go back to the Big Hurt in the 90s?
I get nationally.
Yeah,
I guess so.
And that's foreign territory for us. It's a Sox fans. People want to see this guy, and he's humble. He's got so much power. That one, I forgot who it was. It looked like a pop-up, but he flicked that to left center field. I'm like,
Shawn, he barely got the end of the bat onto the ball and was able to power
you know
it out.
what I'm talking about. Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Barely flipped his bat out there and powered it out. That was amazing. You know, that shows what kind of power, like real raw power this guy has. Like, he's not like a super imposing guy like Aaron Judge or Big Hurt, but he's got some pop.
He does. He does. And
Japanese
I like
Josh Gibson.
Japanese Josh. And let's just go.
Hey, what up, Crooked Eye? I meant to shout out Crooked Eye when he
how can we expect the rest of the season to go?
It's gonna be up and down, Shawn.
Who do you expect to kind of break out and really start to have a good season? Colson Montgomery? Because Colson Montgomery is not going to cover off the ball. Chase Maidrov is a grinder. He's not a Ferrari. He's like a Honda that just always that's reliable till the wheels fall off. All right, he's that grinder. But then you have other guys. You got Sam Antonacci, who's another grinder. All right, you got Vargas.
Miguel Vargas.
Okay, who's doing work at third. Who do you think might have a really good year this year?
I'm looking at Montgomery. You know, I think the spotlight is on him, and I think he has accepted the challenge. You know, he started off kind of slow, as did a lot of people around the league. You know, it happens. But he has since picked it up, and kudos. Kudos to what's his name? The White Sox hitting coach, Kevin something.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but kudos to him making in-season adjustments the way he has. You know, the White Sox still among the bottom in batting average because they started off so slow. That first 2 weeks was brutal, Shawn. You know, but they have since picked it up. Kudos to that hitting coach who has
Derek Showman.
Showman, yeah. Who has made some in-season adjustments, especially with Montgomery, who struggled early on to hit a lot of breaking stuff, and has kind of coached him into being a little bit more patient and waiting on the pitch as opposed to going out and just trying to get a pitch. He's not like Murakami can just go out and get a pitch. We've seen him do that. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to wait as much on the right pitch. He can go out and get one. Colson, he's the type of player who needs to be a little bit more patient and wait for his pitch. And you're starting to see that. And I think that is going to continue. I think he's going to become a bit more of the face of the franchise, at least for now. Again, you can't count Murakami out as becoming possibly a face of the franchise either.
Yeah.
You know, because again, what he's doing is kind of unexpected. You know what I mean? So I'm saying Montgomery, but keep an eye on Murakami as being a guy who throughout this year is going to be, you know, a perennial all-star. You know,
perennial
he's coming
problem.
to work. Yeah, problem for the league.
Our guy Rick Gonzalez in the chat, I was telling you, he went to the game Tuesday for $5 menu Tuesdays, but I asked him on Wednesday, I'm like, this is the crazy part. Like, how many Murakami jerseys did you see in the stands? And he was like, a lot. You know what I mean? Because you're still going to see big time. Frank Thomas. You're still gonna see your Carlton Fish. You're still gonna see your Konerkos. You're still gonna see your AJs. But there was really no one on this team. You might even still see your Tim Andersons because he was hot for a while. But man, for a guy to be here less than a month, less than 2 months, and have a identifiable number of his jerseys in English and Japanese in the stadium speaks volumes for how he's revitalized this Sox team, but also this Sox fan base.
And once the weather really breaks and that ball starts flying out of Sox Park, it's going to really be something to watch Murakami at the plate. Seriously, stay tuned.
Amazing.
Stay tuned. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come on this team.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. Oh, let's talk about the Cubs. They took 2 out of 3. Oh, I got a lot to say about them jokers. So we got a lot of Cub fans in the chat, so I love messing with them. They lost the first game to the Padres, came back to take the last 2. Is PCA starting to get hot?
Well, it certainly looks like it. And you can see that he has started to slow the game down at the plate for himself. He's starting to take more pitches. He started to walk more, which was a key sign that he was going to start hitting soon, because once you make the pitcher throw you strikes, well, then you can hit. Now you can do something with it. But the thing is, PCA had to slow things down and stop swinging at those balls out of the zone. They were setting them up real nasty outside of the zone every rip, and he was falling for. Now he's taking those pitches, and so and he started getting some walks. Now they got no choice but to, move that location a little bit inward. And once you put that thing anywhere over the plate, he's got some pop on his bat, and he can go get it. And you can see just he hit those 2 home runs in the last 2 games. You're starting to see the weight just come off of that kid's shoulder.
That swag is coming back.
Yeah. And he's somebody who needs that. Like, he wears his heart on his sleeve. God bless him. You know what I mean? And he could be really hard on himself. And you're starting to see he's kind of easing up, He's coming out of that being shell-shocked at the beginning of the season. He signed this big extension, so, obviously he felt
Caleb.
Hanging, the man about town. So obviously he felt a little pressure coming in. Maybe, maybe he was feeling himself a little bit. And, his slump maybe even humbled him a bit. And it just slowed things down for him. And I think that's what he needed. And it's kind of coming to fruition. He's starting to hit again.
And I think, and that's the one thing is, like, I was telling, like, a lot of my Cub friends I was telling them, I'm like, look, I said, there's no easy out in that lineup, 1 through 9. There's no, you look at that lineup, you're like, okay, pretty good.
Now Dansby's hitting.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I would tell them, like, relax. You don't want 9 people on a heater at the same time.
Sure don't.
Give me 3 or 4. Okay?
Sure don't.
Give me 3
That's
or 4.
what you need.
And then when they cool down, 3 or 4 others can warm up. And now it seems like, okay, now with PCA, Seiya Suzuki, all right, those guys may start heating up. Okay, and then another 2 weeks, they go down, and then the last 3 or 4, all right, guys start to heat up. They have enough talent on their team in that lineup that 3 or 4 guys could carry them for 2 weeks. And you're good. The pitching has been okay. 3 or 4 guys can carry them. You got runs. They're okay. You just do not want all 9 guys on a heater, because if they're all going to get hot together, they're probably all going to get cold together. And you don't want that. So the Cubs are in a good spot. I was teasing my Cub fan friends. A lot of people here, because it wasn't like 2 weeks ago, they were in last place in the division. They're like a game and a half, 2 games out. They would have been in first in the AL Central, but I was just teasing them because they were, and the Sox were second from last. I just giving them shit because they're Scrubs fans. I mean, Cub fans, and but
like, who would have thought at any point this season the Sox would be in a higher standing in their
in the division than you guys.
division.
But talk to me about first of all, how are they doing it? Because their pitching staff has been ravaged.
They have gotten some guys who have stepped up, and the one guy that comes to mind right now is Ben Brown. How he has stepped in and has become the pitcher that they've really needed him to be recently, with all of these arms going down. I mean, it's like a Civil War battlefield, of Cubs, pitchers strewn about, you know what I mean, maimed and hurt and whatnot. And but it's one of those things, like, guys stepping up, guys that they need to step up have stepped up. And when they get healthy, it's really going to be a problem, for the rest of the league. Steele's had a setback, but he's coming. He'll be here by All-Star break, and along with the other guys that they got, I think you got to give hats off to Craig Counsell.
Bingo.
You got to give hats off to Craig Counsell, the way he's kind of plugged in holes with this pitching staff.
What did some guy say
done
one time?
more with less. A smart man once said coaching matters, and he's done some real strategic stuff, plugged in some holes here with the staff, and hats off to him.
Pinch hitting, all right? Key pinch
hitting
hitters
at the right time. Yeah. You saw him bring in Alex Bregman the other night to pinch hit for Nicky Lopez.
Yep.
Late in the game. And you mentioned a lot of things the Cubs are doing right, and another thing they're doing right is just great defense. I mean,
how many freaking Gold Glovers do they have though out there?
Man, I put that infield up against anybody in the league, and then you go to the outfield. You got PCA, you got Ian Happ.
Two Gold Glovers in the outfield.
You got the best of the best in there, and the defense, the Cubs and their defense is just ridiculous. Nico Horner is he said, "Oh, you gave me the bag? Watch what I do." And he's gone out there and just played lights out on, in the field, at the plate. It's, I'm a Sox fan, obviously, but the Cubs have been fun to watch because it's just some good quality baseball, well-played baseball.
And that's why my Cub fan friends know I give them shit about them being, inbred, lead paint eating Cub fans and everything. But my analysis for the Cubs, my bias for my White Sox doesn't affect my analysis for the Cubs.
Sure.
And I have no problem saying when the Cubs are good, they're good.
Yeah.
Like Nico Horner, like he might be the best second baseman in baseball right now, and it might not even be close.
Right now.
And it might not even be close. And you talked about the defense, but that's what I talked about from the White Sox, and that's what I talked about with the Cubs. When you're strong, and that's for any sport, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. When you're strong up the middle, you're going to have a good defense. You got two Gold Gloves. You got Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner, all right, up the middle. You got PCA, Gold Glove in center field. All right. It doesn't get much better than that as far as defensively. You can't get any better than 3 Gold Gloves in the 3 center positions in the baseball diamond.
Big facts.
So they're when one, even though PCA was struggling at the plate, his defense never faltered.
Never fell.
And his stolen base, and he could still get on a base pass and cause havoc. So they're in a really good spot because of their defense. And I think the pitching has held up, but their defense is really what saved them, in addition to the onslaught of some of the guys who are really, really, really hot. Do you see this team ending up Nostradamus? Do you see him taking the NL Central?
You can call me Negrodamus. I'll accept the title. I do see them taking the NL Central because it's early and it's hard to say. And Milwaukee's going to be there.
I know. What are they doing?
I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they're going to be there. They're going to end up there.
You want to give them a call, like, hey, yo, the season started already. You may want to start.
Right. I mean, they came out gangbusters against our White Sox, but have struggled mightily since. I don't expect Cincinnati to keep up
Who the hell
at
they
this
have?
pace. And they're still like last, I think, in batting average or runs scored or something like that. Like they can't keep this pace up. And we knew the Pirates weren't gonna keep up with their pace. They had a little stint at first place. We knew wasn't gonna last. So we know, and St. Louis is just gonna be in the middle.
Yeah, dude, what the hell's happened to them? They've just like fallen off the pace. They've fallen into the pit of mediocrity.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like with the Cubs resurgence since new ownership, it's been like 10, 12 years now or whatever since the Ricketts took over. The Cubs have kind of supplanted that first or second spot in the NL Central, and Milwaukee slid in to be that first or second spot, and it kind of just has left the Cardinals out. But I think it's really because of the Cubs. The Cubs staying kind of steady this past 10 years. Even when they didn't make the playoffs, the Cubs were still a very competitive team, even in their off playoff years. And that's not like the Cubs. You know what I mean? Like, that's historically speaking, when the Cubs got bad, they were bad. You know what I mean? And we haven't seen that bad of a Cubs team and since probably 13 or something like that.
Yeah, just as they're acquiring all that talent for that run.
Yeah, and so for the Cubs to have risen to the level that they're at now, like I saw this kid, some friends of mine in the neighborhood, their son who's wearing a Cubs shirt. I had my White Sox sweatshirt on. It was like, forget the Sox. It's all about the Cubs. I'm like, this kid's like 9 years old. I'm like, kid, you don't know anything. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, your whole life you've been watching the Cubs, or the past 2 years. Like, you haven't lived the life of a Cubs fan to really understand and to talk.
You don't know the heartbreak.
You don't know what it's like to be a Chicago fan, kid. You're 9. Be quiet. Go somewhere.
Go eat your boogers, Mother Hubbard.
Come back to me when you're at least 20 years old.
Well, all that to say that baseball is good in Chicago, and it's fun because now, this was for the last few years, especially on the South Side, this was the dead time. We're like, okay, when's training camp? When are OTAs? When is mini camp? When is training camp? When is anything? And that's what we're looking for. But
for a lot of people, that's still the case. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, we got some good baseball in the city, and that's on both sides of town, and that's always fun. That's always a great moment for the Chicago people when both teams are competitive.
Yeah, it just makes it more fun. It makes it more exciting for the summer. Great for us, the fans of both sides. The shit talking gets even better. You know what I mean? And that's fun. That's all part of it. And it's just good to have good baseball. We're the third largest market in the freaking country. We gotta have good teams. You know what I mean? And in some of the other organizations, it frustrates me. Which is why a lot of White Sox fans were frustrated. Like, look, stop acting like stop acting like Kansas City and Tampa. All right, we're not them. We are the third largest market in the country. Let's act like one of the big
Minnesota or something.
Yeah,
like, come
act
on.
like them. And if we finally got the talent, not a huge contract, but we got the talent, and we're developing them. So I'm happy to see, at least on the South Side, that we're competitive, we're exciting,
trending upward,
and we are trending upward. We are must-see baseball, at least for the Japanese sensation Munetake Murakami. Mooney. Hey, Emilio, great stuff, man. I appreciate the time. Do me a huge favor, though, before you go, let everybody know where they can find you and your work online.
Hey, you can find me Thursday nights on the Go podcast Thursday nights. We are part of the Chicago Clubhouse Network. Catch us there on
They're
YouTube,
friends of the
on
program.
Facebook. Catch us there Thursday nights, 9 o'clock Central. We'll be there talking all things Chicago sports, as well as a few current events that are shaping the city and beyond.
Cool, man. Cool. Hey, listen, great stuff. I appreciate your time. As I said,
Always a pleasure, my brother.
We definitely have to set another time to hit a Sox game, and
we will.
It'll be a Tuesday. It'll be a Tuesday.
Absolutely. You know what time it is.
And you know what time it is. I'm bringing that plastic flask.
Well, you definitely know what time it is.
Great stuff, man. We'll talk soon. Thanks, Emilio.
All right, my brother. Good seeing you. Take care.
Right, guys, that's Emilio Bucks from the Plunked podcast, the On the Go podcast, and he's got he's a rapper. He's an artist. He spits. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's bring you back. Hold on. Let me bring you back because I want to let you people. What you got? If you released any new songs out that people should go check out on SoundCloud or wherever you have.
Well, my latest project is with my group Senior Class. You can check us out, the Senior Class, on Facebook. We are on all streaming platforms. Senior Class, our latest effort is called The Bakery, which was just released last month. Video will be out for release next week. My name is Emilio Bucks, DJ, producer, sometimes MC, and podcast host. You can catch me all over the place, also on streaming services. I appreciate that. The shout out for my musical endeavors, my brother.
You got some skills, man. Your flow, man. I was like, oh snap.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Hey, man, the old fella still got a few tricks up his sleeve.
You work smarter, not harder.
There you go. That's what's up.
All right, bro. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Take care.
Thanks. Yeah, our guy Emilio Bucks from the Chicago Clubhouse Network. Terrence and them over there do a great job with their podcasts, and I want to thank him for his time coming out today, talking baseball. This is rare air for Chicago, where both teams are good. All right, both teams are good, and it's fun to see. Southsiders. We're not anti-White Sox. We're probably anti-Jerry Reinsdorf. But we're just not going to go if there's not a good product on the field. We're not going to go if guys who are getting paid millions and millions of dollars are not adhering to the fundamentals. We're not doing that. It ain't going to happen, Captain. I'm sorry. You get paid millions of dollars to play a kid's game, and you're screwing up. And you don't give us effort. You're not running 90 feet. You're missing the cutoff, man. You're not going first to third. All these little things. We pay good money for these tickets. We want to see a team that gives a damn and wants to represent the city with pride. So when the White Sox start playing like that, fans start going. And now that our White Sox are playing like that, fans are going. It's that simple. See it? See it? It's that simple. I like it. Cub fans, you're in a spot where you're just ready to pounce. It's early. All right, what are you in second place? Third place? I don't think you're in third. I think you might be in second. Yeah, you're in second. Oh, you're a game behind Cincy. How the hell did Cincinnati? Who the hell does Cincinnati have? What do they got over there? But somehow I think Cincinnati will come back. They'll revert back to the medium. They'll remember that they're Cincinnati, and they're going to screw it up. Cincinnati, the Cubs are a game back. St. Louis are 2 games. Cardinals are 2 games back. Milwaukee is 3.5 games back, and Pittsburgh is 4.5 games back. Everybody in your division is at least 500. Pittsburgh is 16-16. My White Sox are 14-17 and 452. We are in third place. Cleveland's Cleveland is tied, has the same record as Pittsburgh, who's last in the NL Central. They're atop. Cleveland and Detroit are 16-16. They're tied atop the division. We are second, 14-17, and we're a game and a half back. So, listen. There are a few things like going to a baseball game. And I know a lot of people say baseball is boring because I was one of those people. And actually, baseball is boring. However, it's very similar to me. It's very similar to the series Breaking Bad. If you watch that series of Breaking Bad, it's very boring. It was slow until something happened. And when things happened, I was like, damn. Oh, damn. And that's how baseball games are. Ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows. A lot more ebbs and flows. When the flows happen, it's crazy. All right, because listen, the most difficult thing it is to do in pro sports is hit a moving baseball coming at you at 90 plus 100 miles an hour with movement on it. That's tough. That is tough. But there are a few things better than going to a baseball game on a nice sunny day. Not too hot. 80 degrees, 85 degrees. That's a nice warm day at the ballpark. Tank top, take your shirt off in the bleachers, have a couple beers. I'll probably have some drinks, not beers, but Tito's and 7-Up because I usually bring my flask. Because I'll tell you what, I bought 3 drinks opening day. Came out to $100. I was like, $33, $30 a drink? Oh, man. Unless they overcharged me or something, but I was lit, and that's all I remember. Man. But few things better. And if you're a baseball fan, I highly suggest, and now that I can say this to Sox fans too, get out to the games. Get out to the games. All right? You know what I tell you, let your lovers know you love them, because tomorrow is promised to no one. Make plans with your people. We got 2 good baseball teams, relatively speaking, on the south side. All right, we're much better than we were before. Go see a game. Go check out a game. Have some beers. That's why me, Ken Davis, Emilio Bucks, that's why we do it every year. We go out there, we catch a game, throw some back, have some food. Just catch up. Tickets aren't that expensive. If you want, hell, sit up in the nosebleeds if you want. I like sitting down to 100 level. I don't mind paying $20, $30 for a seat. Cool. Going to bleachers, 20-something bucks. Mr. Bakes-a-lot, what's up, Bubba? Thanks for tuning in. He said, I spent $120 for 6 shots of JMO and a Sprite chaser. Got to keep them separated. 6 shots. Damn. The Cricket Commission says 2 competitive baseball teams, I think, is the fair thing to say. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Cubs are good. Let's keep it a spade, a buck. Let's call a spade a spade. The Cubs are good. They just started off slow. It's not easy out in that lineup. You got Golden Glovers when you got 1, 2, 3. You got 4 Gold Glovers out there. Is Bregman a Gold Glover? I don't know. If he's a Gold Glover, then you got 5 Gold Glovers out there. 5 out of 9 positions. That's over half. It's 55% of your defense is a Gold Glove winner. Well, White Sox, they're just young kids who just are dumb enough to think they can win every game. And they fight all 27, which we as Sox fans respect. I think baseball fans in general, but especially as Sox fans, we respect that. Mr. Bakes-a-lot said that was in Dodger Stadium like 8 years ago. Probably 300 for 6 shots today. So you know what's funny? They had one of my friends on Facebook. She is she's from Cali. She's a big Dodger fan, and on her Facebook timeline, they have like machines now that dispense Modelos, High Noons, and all that stuff. And I think they're like $20. $20 for a beer. Dude, you realize what you can do with $20? $20, you don't even pay $20 for a 12-pack. You don't pay $20 for a 12-pack. But they got you by the short and curlies. You know, it's you're out there, it's warm, you're with your friends, you just want to have one turns into a couple, you know what I mean? It just, that beer goes, especially if it's off from the tap, or if the beer cans have been in there long, if they're in a tub, man, it's cold as hell, and that first beer goes down. Ever have, all my beer drinkers will know this, so like, oh man, what? That went down too smooth, too easy. You know, we all know, anyone who drinks beer knows that taste. That went down too easy. Oh, man. Well, listen, I want to say 2 hours has come and gone. I want to thank my man Emilio Bucks for coming on, talking baseball with us. It was, let me say hi to some people who I didn't get to say hi to earlier. Mr. Bakes a Lot checked in. Thank you for checking us out, my man. I appreciate it. Patty Lauer's checking in. Good morning, Ma. Thank you for checking us out, or for coming on. I appreciate it. I said hi to Crooked Commish. Hello again, sir. I want to make sure. King Booker World, I said hi to. Mondo, my nephew Mondo. AC Adam was in the house. Thank you, Papa, for checking in, man. I appreciate it. And there was one more person I want to say. Of course, the Crooked Commission's in the house. I thought there was one more person. Mondo. You see Adam, Crooked Commission. Plankster. The Plankster's in the house. Thank you very much for coming on in. If I missed you, my apologies. But thank you so much for coming in and checking us out and watching us. You can be doing anything else, and I truly appreciate the love and the support. Hey, listen, make sure you get your stuff. Get your Sports Zone Chicago gear. All right? Cubs, look at you Cub fans in the lower right-hand corner or next to the Chicago Bears color that says Coaching Matters. You got the Cub colors that say Coaching Matters. All right? Craig Counsell's doing one hell of a job right now in the managerial seat, making the right calls, right substitutions, right pitching changes. He is on fire. All right, but don't forget, Bear season's coming up. Get your FGB shirts, get your Sports Zone Chicago shirts, get your Coaching Matters shirts. All right, get your Bears Victory Monday shirts, get your FGB shirts, get your FGB hats, get your Good, Better, Best. Get your Good, Better, Best t-shirts. Okay. I don't know what's taking it so long. She's acting up. There it is. And it goes down real quick. Get your Good, Better, Best t-shirts. Hey, get your Good, Better, Best hoodies. All right, get your Good, Better, Best hoodies. All right. I know Summertime Shy is about to get here, but that's going to go quick. All right, we already saw Shawn. Excuse me. Shawn already got his FGB hoodie. He got the orange one. You're rocking that in style this football season. Great stuff. So make sure you get that. And don't forget the boat party. The boat party. I got to put the other flyer. I combined the two flyers. I combined the two. Saturday, July 25th, 4:30 to 7:30. Boarding starts at 4. All right, it's the Summer of George boat. All right, 900 South Wells, $55 of the tickets. And what I decided to do was I decided to not have you pay all those fees with Eventbrite. You know, that was crazy. So what we did, showed we can do it a couple of different ways. All right, we can make the payment a couple of different ways. Put those two together. Here, I'll put it together. All right. You can go Zelle, PayPal, Venmo. All right. Just make sure if you do order, you purchase your tickets there in the description. Just put your name and how many people are going. Okay. And I know you're saying, well, Shawn, if they give you $110, you know 2 people are going. I get it. I can do math. However, it's just a way for me to confirm, okay, that everything's that there are no miscommunications. Okay? It's a way for me to confirm. All right? It's going to be one hell of a time. It's going to be, man, it is going to be lit. That's all I got to say, bro. It is going to be lit. You're not going to want to miss this event. Let me just leave it like that. All right? Cool. So listen. All right, says, yes, sir. We'll be tuning in. The Chicago Clubhouse got me here. Hey, you know what? Well, thanks a lot, man. Big shout out to the Chicago Clubhouse. T. Nick, Foulmouth Chris, JB, Frank the Tank. All right, obviously Emilio, Kristen Petit. All right, and everyone else they got over there. They do great. They do great work over there. You know, the one thing that I've never going to down talk or talk shit about another organization that's good people. Especially if they got a good product, and they do, because we communicate. It's not like if you listen to them, you can't listen to me, or if you listen to me, you can't listen to them. The way we consume our sports talk and our information, it's all over. We can listen to 2 or 3 different four different podcasts, and it doesn't affect either of the podcasts that you're listening to. You're not subtracting when you listen to more podcasts. So, with that being said, guys, have a great weekend. It's gonna be a little nippy, but so what? We're in May. Cinco de Mayo's on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. But have a good weekend today, all right? Or this weekend. And let your loved ones know you love them. Drinks, dinner, lunch, brunch, breakfast. Get out there. Show them you love them. All right, I got to get out of here. And I'm going to have a great day. I'm having a good day today, a great day tomorrow. All right, Kentucky Derby. So everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and your boy is out.